This low has been sitting off the coast just north of Townsville for several days now, and the rainfall has been extraordinary. So we're on the banks of the Ross River here. The Ross Dam is about 19 k's upstream. It's at 144% capacity. They've had controlled releases from that dam over the last couple of days, and even with those releases, the dam levels keep on rising, and the river just keeps on rising. There is a black zone around here, including several. They describe it as a black zone, including several suburbs, parts of several suburbs. Thousands of people have been told they must, that's the word that authorities are using, they must evacuate by midday because there are concerns about just how bad this could be. And this is just in Townsville. There are multiple communities around here affected. And just to give you an example of the rainfall, just in the last 24 hours, Paluma, just north of here, has had 650 mils of rain. That is half Sydney's annual rainfall they've just had in 24 hours. Just to the north of there, the Wallerman Escarpments had more than 700 mils over a couple of days. That leads into the Herbert River, and that's affecting Ingham right now. There were swiftwater rescues there overnight, and that river level there, the Mayor is describing that it's going to be high. The last time it's been that high was in the 1960s, and there are concerns that there have been changes to the way that the land's managed, that they just don't know which way the floodwaters are going to be going. Then you've got the two rivers here in Townsville, the Ross that we're standing on now, and the Bowley River. They're both the Bowley's at major now. The Ross here is expected to go major by midday, and that's why they're getting these thousands of people out of these low-lying areas. And at Garoo, the Horton River is at major level right now. So this is affecting such a broad area. I've just mentioned a couple of places there, but there have been falls of more than 100 mils from Innisfail all the way through to Mackay. So it's a huge area affected by this. Let's take a listen to the Bureau of Meteorology.
This relentless non-stop rain continuing between around Lucinda all the way down to Ayr, including around the Townsville area. As you've just heard, major concerns with the major flood event on the Herbert River. We're likely to exceed the March 2018 flood levels there. We've already seen a lot of flooding around the Ingham area. Property damage and river levels are still rising through there. And then further south through Townsville, we've seen another widespread 200 to 400 millimetres from Lucinda down to the Ayr area, with the heaviest falls around the Blue Water, Rolling Stone, Paluma Dam area, where we've seen 400 to 600 millimetres since 9 o'clock yesterday, and rain is still continuing to fall. Severe weather warnings are current for heavy to locally intense rainfall between Lucinda down to around Ayr, including Townsville, Rolling Stone, etc. That will continue for much of today. We've also got major flood warnings, as we know, on the Herbert, on the Bowley, on the Ross and on the Horton rivers. They will also continue today and probably escalate as we'll see continued rain falling today.
So there was relief that this didn't end up being a cyclone, but the rainfall has just been amazing, and the winds are actually picking up now as well, and they're expecting the winds to get to 90 k's an hour, and so you've got the danger of falling trees and stuff like that because the ground is just so wet. There have been evacuation centres set up in Ingham and Townsville, and yeah, just mentioning once again that that emergency warning for this Townsville area, parts of 6 suburbs to be evacuated. The recommendation is you must get out by midday. And so if you want detailed local information, you can listen into ABC local radio. And we were hoping to get the Premier to chat to now, but I don't think we've got him just yet. But hopefully we'll get him within the next hour.
And Joe, we're just wondering too, the sort of people that you've been speaking to, how are they actually preparing for this event?
Well, they're used to this, Fauzia. This is North Queensland. It does flood, but like I said before, they're up in the Ingham area. It's getting to levels that they haven't seen for decades, for like 60 years. So they just don't know how that's going to get there. We're speaking to some of the locals here in Railway Estate. This is the kind of potentially the worst affected suburb in Townsville, and they're just going through the process now of getting their animals ready to get out of here. They're hopeful, based on the predictions, that it won't come up through here, but the rainfall is just so intense, and the Bureau is expecting that the next 24 hours are going to be really full on as well. So it's hard to predict just how much these river levels are going to rise over the next 24 hours when there have been falls like 650 mils in a day.